Now, the prospects of attaining a ceasefire in Gaza are slim. The talks have so far failed to achieve its objective, and further recent statements by Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his ally, U.S. President Donald Trump, the hopes for truce are quickly fading. The indications are as follows. One day after Trump sends his envoy Steve Witkoff to Qatar, the U.S. president said Hamas shows no interest in making a peace deal. Furthermore, stating that U.S. and its ally will have to finish the job and bring the remaining hostages back home.
Hamas didn't really want to make a deal. I think they want to die, and it's very, very bad. And it got to be to a point where you're going to have to finish the job. They really, they asked for things. Don't forget, we got a lot of hostages out. So now we're down to the final hostages, and they know what happens after you get the final hostages. And basically, because of that, they really didn't want to make a deal.
Now, what does Trump mean by finishing the job is a question on everyone's minds at this point in time. However, Hamas has pushed back on Trump and Witkoff's claims. The Palestinian militant group expressed its surprise to Trump's statement, citing that progress has been made on the ceasefire agreement. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu seemed to echo Trump's sentiment regarding a ceasefire in Gaza. On Friday, Netanyahu said his government was considering alternative options to ceasefire talks with Hamas after Israel and the U.S. recalled their negotiating teams, throwing the future of the negotiations into further uncertainty. A breakthrough on a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas has eluded the Trump administration as experts warn Gaza is on edge, and it is witnessing its biggest hunger crisis. The pressure to end the war has grown over two folds. Western allies who have supported Israel's operation against Hamas are now calling for an immediate end to the war. France is the latest in the list of Israel's allies who have expressed their support for Israel and said that they can go only so far. The French president has taken a bold step to recognize the state of Palestine. Until now, China and Russia were the only permanent members of the UN Security Council that recognized Palestinian statehood. France will join them if Macron makes good on his promise in September at the UN General Assembly. Although more than 140 countries recognize Palestine as a state, France will be the biggest, most populous, and most powerful among those in Europe that have taken this step. The idea that Palestinians and Israelis could live side by side in peace in their own states has perhaps never looked more unrealistic, with Gaza in ruins and the occupied West Bank facing increasing settlement by Israelis. However, the French leader's message is that of hope, a two-state solution, which can be mediated via diplomacy.